Hello, good morning, happy Monday. How are you all doing today? I apparently have a green screen light issue. Just strange because I haven't changed the light settings at all. And it's the same time that I normally stream, so I don't know what that's about. Let me see if I can well, nothing's changed there. Okay, well let's fiddle with the settings. Gotta love when we start the stream with that. Okay, chroma key. There, I think that's good. All right, let's see if that magically turns out bad and I have to put it right back to where it was right now. All right. Also, hello, Diablo. How are you doing today? And yeah, I know, no Zilby right now. He's upstairs because it's now getting warm enough out that the birds are all out. They're having fun. They're running around on fences and on rooftops and grabbing all the worms outside. So Zilby is having a lot of fun running back and forth wildly between all the different windows to look at them all and sort of figure out what are they doing? What's going on with it? Which is great. Must eat burb. Must eat all the burbs. Yeah, that's exactly what he wants. He wants me to let him outside so he can go and eat the burbs. I'm now I don't have any evidence of it, but he did once press the food button that he has right after he saw a squirrel outside. So I have no idea if he actually sort of like associates them with food because he's never eaten anything alive. Like even with the bugs that he found outside and brought inside when we were supervising him with outdoor time, he wouldn't eat them. He would just play with them until they're dead, which is unfortunate and the reason why we have to rescue all the spiders and birds and everything else we find inside because, well, he's a cat. He's gonna play with them until they're dead. Asitsu, hello. How are you doing today? Does he do the chittering? Oh yeah. He does. He does do the chittering thing to signal the cat mothership for reinforce. Wait, is that what it's? Is that what it's for? I've always heard about the chittering. I've never actually heard what the purpose of the chittering was. I always thought it was just, you know, I really want this, and I'm such a bad hunter that I'm going to announce my presence. But it's okay because the squirrels know that he's there and they're literally screaming at him because they know he can't get to them. So they're having just as much fun tormenting him from the fence like a couple feet away. So I'm happy we're able to entertain both the wild animals and the cat. Yes, it's funny when you have multiple cats, they all stare out the window and chitter. Yeah, that I could imagine that. And we eventually do want to get a couple more cats. We think that that would be a lot of fun. Especially like Zilby would enjoy having some playmates as well. Okay, so we got a few different things here. I figured that it would be nice to maybe set up a little to-do list that we have. I'm just using our README. So we started with this one, which I vaguely remember us talking about, but I don't remember exactly what that is. Did we actually do this? We did something with the collisions to make it easier. Because the collisions are working. I'm able to shoot the asteroids and I'm able to collide with the asteroid. So the bullets are hitting it and the ship is hitting it. So that's working just fine. If we go to our systems, I'm thinking that it's shared systems. Yeah, detect collisions. Oh yeah, then we do the collision event send collision. Oh, and I guess like another thing that we were thinking about is this actually really helpful? I do one time where I'm detecting all the collisions, and then I just do a collision event. But because I don't know what type of things these are, I don't notify the specific things with an event. Instead, I have to go into like asteroid systems and then handle these. Also, Rasmus Go opened a PR to I haven't actually looked at the files yet because I wanted to save that for on stream. And Rasmus Go also requested that we wait until stream was going so we can all like sort of chat about it together. So when Rasmus Go is here, we will discuss it. I don't know if they'll be here today, tomorrow, or Wednesday. It'll be one of the days. We'll get to it eventually. So, I mean, did we really implement this last time? What was this? It was yeah. This is the system we did, right? Oh, filter the collision was a function that we had. Okay, and then handle ship collisions. Right. Okay. So then you could basically just pass it what you're looking for. Demolroy, hello, hello, hello. How are you doing today? And thank you so much for the raid. What are we working on? And how was your stream? As well as raiders, welcome. Federico Bichedu. I'm sorry for butchering your username. How are you doing today? You're doing well. More Twitch Spotify integrations with Effect TS. Nice. And are you still enjoying Effect TS? It's still on my list to check out eventually, but I have a long list. You're doing well. Excellent. We're doing pretty well here too. It's Monday, which is always a nice day, but things seem to be working out pretty well so far, so that's good. Very much so. Nice. Yeah. Excellent. Well, that's good to hear. We are currently working on an asteroids game in Bevy, and so what we have right now, well, I guess first of all, Bevy is a game engine written in Rust, and so we're writing Rust obviously to work with this game engine. Bevy is attempting to be something of like a Unity, like that level of game engine, but currently it's in beta and doesn't yet have a GUI editor yet. So a lot of the comparison, like there's some comparisons that I don't think we can make yet to Unity because of that. That being said, it is a mostly full-featured game engine. It is ECS based, so there's it's a little bit different when you're building everything out manually here. I would expect that the feel of it's going to be very, very different once that editor comes in. There's apparently a couple community editors that exist, but we're not sort of looking into those. So if we want to take a look at where we are right now, let's do a cargo run. And this is what we've got. I've got a ship. I can rotate left and right. We can fly around. I can get hit by the asteroids, and I can fire my gun and shoot the asteroids. Also, I can be destroyed by the asteroids. The asteroids, right now, is sort of like a new level, just appears immediately. I don't sort of like start in the middle, and the asteroids don't really care about where the ship is. Probably should add something in here where it's like when asteroids spawn, they don't immediately kill the ship. That would probably be nice. But all right, so last time we had worked on the collision detection side of things, and now we're going to work on the we're waiting for Rasmus Go to review the PR. We kind of have the basics of what this is. It's a function, as opposed to manually do it all in one function. So it's like two functions in here, maybe like a helper function. but we're going to wait until we review the PR before we implement one or both of these. So in that case, let's make it so that when we shoot an asteroid, it turns into 2 smaller asteroids as opposed to just spawning a new large asteroid somewhere else. So I think, yeah, so right now we have handle collisions. And I'm pretty sure that this is a asteroid and bullet. So we're despawning the asteroid and we're despawning the bullet when they're hit. What would be, I guess, like nice now is that we want to create another asteroid, right? Now, I have a spawn asteroids here. I could do an event, like another event where I want to spawn an asteroid. Because this is kind of what it is, right? We just want to command spawn and then just do one of these. Cowtail, hello. How are you doing today? This is the latest release of Bevy. It was when I started the project, which was 013. So I don't think that they've had another release, but I haven't really been paying too much attention to it. Yeah, there are apparently some nice things that came in with this version that previous versions didn't have, and so I'm not even aware of having more nice things to work with, which is always nice. Okay, sounds like the latest version to me. Also, I don't know why I almost just say also. That doesn't make any sense with awesome. Okay. All right. Apparently it is Monday. So that's going to be a thing. Now, when I handle these collisions, we know that the asteroid and a bullet got hit. So we're despawning the asteroid, we're despawning the bullet. I need to now spawn 2 asteroids. Oh, Vevin Valor, hello. Also, that project is really old. Hold on, I need to fix that. Yeah, I haven't been paying attention to Nightbot at all. So what was that, the project? Oh yeah. Creating an X Twitter. Oh man, we've done so many things since then. Oh, where's the edit command? Oh, there it is. I want to edit. Okay, so we are creating a Bevy and asteroids clone. Okay, so now project will properly say what we're working on. You've been wanting to do something with Bevy, just not sure how big a project you want to get involved with when it's not near 1.0 yet. I don't want to get too involved in learning stuff that may change, but also don't want to miss out too much on an early learning experience for things that may persist between Bevy releases. I can totally understand that. So if it were me, my guess is that everything is going to feel different once the UI is out, because then you're doing a mix of coding, and graphical coding, because the UI will changes things, because it's not just an editor, it's also, there's going to be like clickies that you do to sort of like set values and do other things. And that's, I don't know, like when I had looked at or watched people code in Unity, it feels so different than the coding I'm used to. And to the point where sometimes I get overwhelmed by the UI part of it, even though it's supposed to make it easier. I get overwhelmed with it because I'm just used to always staring at this view of just having code. And to me, it's like, oh, this is simple. Okay, I have to do all this extra work, but fine. It's within my comfort zone. So ironically, this sometimes feels easier to me than any of the graphical game engines. But that's not it's not necessarily the best mentality to have, because I do want to learn those. I don't want that to be the reason I don't use it. Okay, so I want to create here. So create 2 asteroids, and then they're going to automatically have their own directions, their own velocities that they're going off. And then we just want to be able to tell them like what size to go. Now, I have this create asteroid shape. Now in spawn asteroids, like I'm doing more than just that. I'm also spawning. Why am I spawning a camera here? We have 1 camera, right? That should be under shared. I wonder if I want to rewrite this system to be a little bit better. Renato, hello. How are you doing today? I wonder how much of a game can be created independent of Bevy and then drop the code into a system block later on. There's been some discussion in our streams about that exact thing. Like, can we, like, how much can we isolate our logic from the engine? And it's not something that I'm very familiar with, because like I can do something like that with web development. It's like decently isolated, but not 100% completely, because a lot of the code then still sort of like sits in if you're writing Vue or React. Like there's still some things that you need to tie in, but a lot of it can be just independent functions, right? So Yash, hello. How are you doing today? I'm doing pretty good. We're doing some game dev, which is always a lot of fun. With an ECS like Bevy, I wouldn't try to isolate it. Yeah, and that's the other thing is like there's a lot of things like, okay, so if I want to spawn an asteroid, I can, like, how can I create an asteroid that's not really going to care about these things being separate like they are? I can't actually like there's no way for me to take all of this logic and throw it into a different game engine. And even if I were to somehow, I guess another way of thinking about this, even if I were to somehow choose to do another game engine and I somehow made this all independent, would I even want to keep all those functions exactly as they were, or would I want to just rewrite them? And my guess is I would probably want to rewrite them. That's my guess. Renato, you're working with Python scripts. Excellent. Well, that sounds really fun. Python's a great language. And also, I guess the working part is have fun working. So Yash, we are making a game, an asteroids game in Bevy. And so this is what we have right now. We have an asteroid that flies around. We can have more than 1 asteroid right now too. And it kills a ship when it runs over it, which is why our ship is gone. And it can be blown up by a bullet. But when we blow it up, another one appears right away because of the way we've set this up. Coolie Man, hello. How are you doing today? You can have Bevy ECS with another engine if you really want. Really, because I remember when Bevy first started, they were using Specs as the ECS system. And I never really imagined that their ECS would work with another engine very well. But I guess that works out. Is the collision a square around the asteroid, or does it fit the lines exactly? Neither. It is a circle from the asteroid. So I'm actually using a circle for this. So it kind of goes above some lines and below some other lines, which in my mind, especially since the asteroids are sort of like circle based, it makes it a little like I don't have to trace all the lines to do the math for the or like to get to use something like Rapier or something else to like do the collision detection. Basically, I can just do the simplest one right here. You had a question: should you learn text to be a Web3 developer? Are there a lot of career options as a Web3 dev? Okay, so I am not in the crypto world very well, so I'm going to there's going to be some it's going to be a lot of like I don't knows in this answer, but that being said, are there a lot of jobs? Maybe. There's certainly a lot more Rust jobs in the crypto space than there are not in the crypto space. Although that has been tipping, I think there's still a lot of people doing Rust over in that side. Web3. Now, I don't really know much about Web3 besides the fact that the DNS for Web3 is not compatible with Web2. I know that because I accidentally bought a Web3 domain name one time and tried to use it for normal, and that did not work. So that was fun. Tomorrow, you're hiring Rust devs at Vercel. Nice. Well, I mean, there are definitely Rust dev jobs out there that are not crypto. But okay, so Yash, another question. Why do you want to be a Web3 developer? Do you want to be it because there's jobs, because there's money, or is it like, are you really passionate about that space? If you're really passionate about that space and you want to go in that job because you care about it and you want to make it better, you want to improve it, you want to make it real, then yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and you can move towards there. But if you just want to get a job and you think that's an easy way to get a job, I don't know. I've heard some mixed things about working for crypto companies. Some of them I think are really good, and some of them are chasing the money more than they're chasing like a why or a passion. And a company that is chasing money is, well, we've been seeing what happens when you get jobs at those places. I would just take any, if you just want money, just take any job really. And then just work up the various different jobs until you get the money you want to get. Does that make sense? Okay, so also tomorrow I have a question. For hiring Rust devs, are you having trouble finding people with Rust experience? A lot of the people that I've talked to that hire Rust devs do have some trouble finding Rust developers, but instead seem to be hiring or are willing to hire people without Rust experience, but programming experience, and then teach them Rust on the job. Is that what you do too? Like eventually we're going to get to a point where everybody has Rust experience, or a lot of people have Rust experience, and then you don't need to do that anymore. It's a shame, in my opinion, that blockchain tech hasn't built out mesh networks and hardware as much, and people got caught up a lot in the currency portion and virtual ownership. Yeah, I can definitely see that. I would love to see a lot less focus on the money side of crypto, because there's a lot of projects that have really good ambitions for like cultural and social change, but because of the money side, I feel like it hinders the message, because everything has this, oh, but you're really doing it for money, which is at that point like you might as well just not use crypto then, because of that feeling that you're just going to get with it. I think because of how popular Vercel is, all of our job applications get tons of applicants. My team isn't a Rust team, so I don't know for sure. Okay. Well, that's good to know. The strength of Web3 is that it's supposed to be decentral, but it's only decentral if you have the hardware to bring it to fruition. Isn't it? Doesn't have. Well, I guess like if it's too centralized, as in it's decentralized, but decentralized to a single place, like all of your servers or anything else are owned by a small piece of people, then it's, if you zoom out enough, it's centralized to those people, right? Is that, yeah? I think that's what you're saying, right? Like when a bank uses a cryptocurrency technology behind the scenes, but they're the only ones who have the servers, then you wouldn't really say that it's decentralized, because it's still centralized to the bank, but it's decentralized to that one server. I have one more question to you and me. I'm just graduating from university, and frankly speaking, in India, the opportunities are based on DSA and other factors. No one gives a practical task or project to qualify. I really want to get remote jobs, and I really want to switch from TypeScript. Um, I'll be interested in Demolroy's opinion too. For me, to get jobs, it doesn't matter if if the job is going to be remote or in person. To get a job, you need to prove that you're going to add more value than you're going to take away by taking that job. So, for example, if your salary is some amount of money and the company believes that by hiring you, you will cost them more than they will make, there is no way that they're ever going to hire you. And on top of that, if they feel that you're going to not bring as much money as another person for the same cost, then they're going to hire that person. So I would recommend building projects on your own. Don't wait for like somebody like a university or anybody else to tell you what projects to make. Build projects on your own, learn technologies on your own, in order to prove that you can learn, in order to prove that you can build things that are in the same space as the companies you want to get hired at. And that can help a lot with getting to where you want to get to. Okay, so you still have central entities in a Web3 world, but Web3 would ideally give a round for if you don't want to travel through centralized entities. So I think, okay, so think, what if everyone used their phone's Bluetooth to bounce data through hops of each device until you reach your destination? That would be mesh networks, and we wouldn't rely on a business to provide us that service. I mean, I guess that feels a lot like what internet is right now. Like we don't know who our traffic is going through when we send it. We're just sending it. And sometimes it's universities, sometimes it's businesses, sometimes it's the ISPs themselves. It can be something else. Yeah, basically any job. I have experience as open source contributor, but don't know how to go forward and get a job. One thing that you could do is find somebody that's in a job, especially in a job that's similar to what you want, and attempt to do something called an informational interview with them. This is not you asking, hey, how can I work at the company you're at? It's more of asking, hey, I really want to work at a company like the company you're at. Could you help me by telling me what you would do if you were in my position to get there? Like, and maybe if it's just one thing. And if you get to that point, like then you can collect a list of things that people would do if they were you, and you could choose, do you want to do them or not? And now you have a list of what to do. Sometimes it's build projects, sometimes it's learn this technology, sometimes it's just revamp your resume, and sometimes it's just apply more and cold call and do that kind of stuff. Being remote to find jobs is rough, but it is possible. All right. So how do you get a streamer job? Kuvaman, you're a more popular streamer than I am. I would ask you how what would I do? I mean, we can just do this. Like Kuvaman, what would be one thing, if you're willing to say, that I could do to like increase my viewership and be a better streamer if you were me? I don't think I have any advice for you because you do things better than me. And your game that you're making is pretty awesome. You did a test doing Zig, currently brings more viewers than doing Rust. Oh, interesting. The panda person, hello. How are you doing today? Make an OnlyFans account and bring audience from there. Um, I don't think that I think I'll be more popular on Twitch than OnlyFans. Just a quick thought for myself. But it's a really good idea. I like where we're thinking. All right. So blowing stuff up. Let's get back to that. I want to create a new asteroid. Now, this command creates an asteroid. So we have shape bundle. Okay, basically, okay, so the shape bundle creates the asteroid. That's what the asteroid looks like. So that's unique. That's on its own, but that's its own thing. The asteroid itself, the position of the asteroid, the velocity, the collidable, and then the size. Okay, so I think actually, you know what? If I pass, so let's imagine just right down here. Let's create a function of just spawn asteroid. So if I just do this once here, and what would I take in? So I need commands. Now, this is mute. I can probably actually make this a mutable reference to commands, right? I wonder if I can I wonder if commands is copy. I don't remember anymore. Oh, and ads are starting any second. Okay, so with commands, do I need anything else with this? I need the size. So I need what the size is. Which do I have a size? I don't think so. Do I? Maybe I do. So if I make this like a size. Okay, so that's just a component like that. Oh, because in the create asteroid shape, oh, I have a scale. So it's not going to be a size. I want a scale. And that can be an F32 of what I'm doing. Okay, so if I do this, I kind of want to just take this up here and recreate you and figure you out. And so this is the initial number of asteroids that I'm creating. I want to create the asteroid shape. We get the position, we get the velocity, we do all that stuff. Then I then spawn it, right? So if I delete you and put you in there, there's obviously going to be some things that it's going to be super upset about, and we're going to have to figure that out. So you're going to be a scale that we throw in you. Okay, so we need the world size and then RNG. Well, RNG is pretty easy. I could pass RNG in, or we can just create the RNG. We're going to create this multiple times, so let's pass RNG in. Oh, thank you for that. Wait. Oh, yeah, it just ended. Okay, thank you for that, Kubiman. Rasmus, go. Hello, how are you doing today? Oh, it's okay. We can review it anytime. If there's a better time for us to review the code, Rasmus, go. Let us know, and we'll do it when you want, or when you're actually available to like chat back and forth. Because I would rather have you be able to chat about it. The jobs question were necessary because in 2 months you will have nothing, and you really have to get a job soon. Yeah, so it's really about treating it like a job, like finding a job like a job, where you're going to clock in and you're going to do things to increase the chance that somebody will invite you into an interview. And then obviously then you have the interviews and you have everything else until then you find a job. And there's a lot of things that you can do to help out with that. So for example, applying online, like cold applies, where you just sort of click on the apply for this job button. Those are the easiest to do, and you can do tons of those per day, but they have the lowest chance of working. So personally, I would not spend too much time on those unless you have literally nothing else to work on. Doing anything to get the limelight on you, like get some kind of like focus on you so people see you. So posting on LinkedIn, posting on X, Twitter, posting wherever you think people are that would be able to hire you. If you can like become visible, and you don't have to be an expert in your space because you just graduated, right? You have to be seen as good enough or possibly slightly better than your peers in order to get the jobs you want to get. And so that could be writing blog posts about your learning journeys and about how certain technologies work. And in doing so, like you're teaching somebody, right? By teaching, you learn more and you show that off. Those are all strategies. They don't guarantee to work, but finding that first job is the hardest part. It's absolutely the hardest part. Once you get it, it's a lot easier. I hope that's helpful. All right, so I wanted a mute. What is it? Thread range? Thread RNG. Okay, so that gives us our RNG. World size. Okay. You're upset because we need world size. Where did this come from? Oh, that's the reason I didn't create the camera here. I queried the camera so that I can get the world size from the camera, and it's a vec2, so I can also pass that in here. So world size is a vec2. And this can be just a reference to it because I don't actually need to clone that every time. I'm not mutating it, we're just grabbing something out of it. Yep, thank you for all the suggestions. I also thought about contributing to repositories with good PR and the tasks that people really need help with. Yeah, I can see that. Also, maybe like blogging about or doing something about like, oh, you know what would be great? A meetup talk. Do a meetup talk where you're talking about your contributing to open source. Add that to your LinkedIn. I contribute to these open source things. You got to make sure that the right people see that you're doing that, because you can be providing value for other organizations, which is one of the best ways to show that you can provide value. But if nobody sees it, it won't matter. It's just invisible. You have to make it visible to other people so that they know, oh, if you do that for them, you can do that for us. Kids will be asleep in about 3.5 hours. How long is the stream? Stream is well, about 3.5 hours more to go. Is your schedule gonna be the same for tomorrow and Wednesday too? I have the same schedule all like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday this week. So 8 a.m. my time until 12 p.m. my time. Okay, so spawn asteroid, we did this. Okay, so we got world size now. Next up, asteroid. Okay, so we need the asteroid speed, which I just make up, right? Yeah, I just make this up. So you're just going to be made up in here. Epic, hello. How are you doing today? Wednesday is better then? Perfect. Well, then I'll be here on Wednesday and we can chat about it then. You just realized that Brookzoid and Asterzerker both work if you want a channel-specific name for your Asteroids game. Huh. So if I want to create another channel and like maybe we add like a bot or something, or either we add a bot and we just have it play the game 24/7 on there, or I make another channel and all it is just me making asteroids over and over and over again, just like constantly. Like it's just Twitch plays asteroid. We could do that. Twitch plays asteroids. I feel like that would be better as a turn-based game, but that's something we could do. I kind of actually like that idea. So Twitch plays asteroids. Let's see. For the note, make asteroids a game. Add Twitch chat. Make them play. All right. Oh, Twitch chat is the asteroids versus the streamer. Okay, that's another idea. Let's see. Twitch chat versus streamer games. So we have Twitch chat is the asteroids. I mean, that's certainly a possibility. Like you can move around. Oh, and then the number of asteroids is also the number of chatters. So like the more people in here, the harder it gets for me. That would be good. All right. This seems to work now. Okay, so if I spawn the asteroid now inside of this for loop. So if we run spawn asteroid, so just a singular, we pass in a mutable reference to commands. We pass in the scale is going to be 2.0. We pass in mutable RNG, and then the world size. Okay. So that makes you just a little bit smaller, but you like everything should be exactly the same still, right? Yeah, so we have our asteroid. If I shoot it, it spawns a new one and kills me. Cool. Excellent. Everything working exactly as we're expecting it to. These kind of things could work as a Twitch overlay mini game on breaks. Ooh, yeah. We did that a while ago. I did have an Asteroid game but it was helping the streamer. I did one where you all could, as chatting, could help the streamer. That was a lot less popular than the Get the Streamer game we did, where you just drop stuff on me and tried to kill me as I run around and avoid it. So yeah, that would be a lot of fun. I will add that in. Ooh, Wasm Asteroids multiplayer so chat can join. Ooh, Wasm as yeah, there's a web version of okay, so there's a web version of Bevy. So we could do that in Bevy. We could just do it on our own using, you or something else and just like play around with adding in WebSockets or something for the multiplayer aspect of it, which would be nice because there's a lot of people that just chat about how to do WebSockets in U anyways. So learning that would be good. I could then, create a little article on it. Or we can use Godot, create the Asteroids game in there, and figure out some multiplayer situation for that. I've actually not really done any real-time multiplayer that's not like Twitch chat putting in commands. So that would be something that's good to learn. We just went to a few streams to a full-time game dev. Yeah. Canvas, yeah, Canvas would be the U idea, right? I would paint the canvas and it would just be inside of a U app, but it's not really like that big of a deal to have it inside of a U app. It's just like a canvas can be anywhere. I could even just not use U at all, and just do its own thing. I even have. Wait, is that book right here? Hold on. I even have this book, which is backwards for you. Hold on. Let me fix that. That's backwards. Camera. Where are you? Nope. Main camera. How do I flip you? All right. I am 0 for like 10 on this. I want to rotate. Oh, flip. Okay. Horizontal or vertical? Nope. 0 for 11. Okay, that way. One more. All right. There we go. Why am I? Okay. I have to fix the chroma key because that apparently did fix itself. Okay, cool. There you go. Anyways, here's the book. Game development for Rust and WebAssembly. It's available on Pact Pub, I believe. Yeah, Pact. And it is written by a fellow streamer. So that's actually a lot of fun. He's done a lot of game dev in the past too. So, although I haven't seen him online in a while, he's been pretty busy. We could just do JS and CSS madness. I mean, that would be an argument for learning Effect TS. Was that the one? Demora, if you're still online, that was it, right? Effect TS. That'd be a reason to learn that too. A lot of different things. I do notice that a lot more of you enjoy watching me doing game dev than boring web dev type stuff. So I have been doing more boring web dev stuff off stream and more fun game dev on stream, which is a thing. Okay, so I can spawn an asteroid this way. So this spawns asteroids, and I can spawn like more than one, which is fine, but I'm doing one right now. And then I want to do the same thing down here. So I want to handle collisions with the bullets. And we want to create 2 asteroids. So I want to take the asteroid that we have right here and then use that to get the other asteroid. So I need the camera. So mute. Give me the camera. I guess it's not a mute, right? I just want a camera query. That gives me, okay, the camera query single. I then can get the world size like that. Why are you, oh, bring up like that. Okay, so we have our camera and okay, that gives us our world size. I wonder if I want to have like a function where I can pass it the camera and it returns the world size for me. Then that would reduce that line to 2. That'd be nice. Okay, let's try actually just calling the function, right? So if I want, let's see, spawn asteroid. Okay, so we want our commands. Well, we already have that, right? So I can just pass in the commands. Scale. So do I have the scale saved so I can divide it in half? I don't think I do. Because like when I'm spawning this asteroid, I have a size, but that's not the same thing. So I probably want to create a new component for a scale. Okay, so let's do pub struct scale. We'll do a pub F32. I'm going to throw you in there. You need, okay, so instead, now we'll take in, instead of scale as an F32, we'll scale this as just hand me the scale. It'll be fine. Just hand me the scale. Import you, and then we will use the scale. Was that it? No. Where was the scale? The scale was here. We use a dereft scale that gives us the F32, which, I mean, I could also just pass in a reference to the scale, but I think that'll be fine. And then we throw in the scale here. Okay. Some problems. First off, this needs to be a scale. So we'll do a scale 2 dot. Right, you're upset now. So I need the scale from this asteroid in order to do something from it. So asteroid query asteroid. So I need both. Okay, so that's let's see. What am I doing with asteroids? Asteroid query. Huh, that's giving me, okay, asteroid entity off of the asteroid query. Can you not calculate the scale from the size? Yeah, I might be able to do that. How am I getting the size? Oh, so yeah, I could definitely do that. Maybe I can do something else to like reverse this. So we can create 2 functions to like create the size. Oh, you know what? Oh, I like where you're thinking. So let me undo. Where's my thing? Yeah, so if I'm back to that, okay, there we go. Components. If I don't do this, but on size, if I impl size, I can have a pub function like create a scale from it. So like get scale or something like that. I can do like a from scale and then into scale or something equivalent to that. Shadow King Baba, hello. How are you doing today? What's the Oh yeah, so as Kuviman mentioned, this is Helix. So it's an editor very similar to Vim, but it's written from scratch and it has a lot of config options sort of set by default behind the scenes. So I don't. I do have a config available at. Helix like that, if you're interested in taking a look at it. But it's probably going to look very different than what you're used to. Okay, so public function. Okay, so if I want a scale or if I okay, so let's say if I do like from a scale, so from scale, and we take in an F32, so this would be the scale, which is an F32, and I want to return a self. And I believe right now the way I've calculated that is where do I have scale in here? Okay, I do 65.0 times scale to get the size. So if I do the same thing here, so from a scale, I multiply it, so I do a self 65 times the scale, and then we return that. And we can also have a pub function to scale, which would take in a mutable self, no, just a reference to self, and return an F32. And okay, so if it's multiplication, I would divide, right? To reverse that, to remove it. So I would say a dereferenced self divided by 65. Is that how it works? Or is it the other way where I take the other one? Okay, so now I have those two methods. And I have, let's see, create asteroid shape. Okay, so I can do a size. And then we'll do from scale, hand at the scale. So that's good there. And then you need this the scale. So we have the asteroid size. I still need to get the asteroid size from here though. So we have asteroid query. So I still need to do something like this. So that gives me you. Now I want to get entity, who gets me this entity, but does that get me? Can I get like something out of it? Can I get like let size equals asteroid dot, like what can I get from that? Can I find the size from it? field. I don't think that's it. Okay, you never heard it before? You'll take a look. Yeah, I like it a lot. There's a lot of things that I think are nice. The biggest one is you don't really have to do very much configuration for Helix. Some of the negatives are that it doesn't have a plugin system right now, and it also doesn't have a tree view for the files, which are one of the biggest complaints that I've seen online, and it's something that I wish that it had. All it really needs to do is add a plugin system, and then the community will add a tree view. Like, they don't really need to do both. They could just do the plugin system. So we're obviously waiting, and they're working on it. We're waiting until we hear what the status is. Okay, so how can I get the size out of this? Is there something that I can get from? Because the problem is, I just have the ID, right? I just have entity. So asteroid query get. I hand it the entity reads an. Okay, so query get. Oh wait, selected character dot name. Okay, but where does name come from? Can I actually get like size off of that? That doesn't seem right. Like, I don't think I would be able to do something like size. Doesn't make any sense because I don't have that on there. All right, let's see if we can find. Okay, so what is this? This is query.get. Okay, so we need to go look up documentation for get. Oh, there's also get component. Deprecated. Please use get and select for the exact component. Okay. Wait, so get gets me result as query data. Wait, so I can select from this maybe? Ooh, I don't see a select. You assume I need to replace the find? I was hoping that I wouldn't have to replace the find. That I'm going through all these asteroids. I'm looking for find. We get an asteroid query. Oh. Okay, we get an asteroid query. Oh, select. I can select here, maybe. Okay, so I can't do that. Now, get, you are your result. Now, you didn't make anything special, so it's like a normal result. What did I just do? I hit a command and I jumped around. That's not what I wanted. Where was I? Create asteroid shape. Select is not a method. You just select. Oh, select is not a method. You just select what you want and get it. What? Yeah, hold on. Let's. Wait. So, okay, hold on. So get says. Well, get. Okay, so get component says use get and select for the exact component based upon the structure of the exact query as required. So if we go to get, returns the read-only query item for the given entity. Here, get is used to retrieve the exact query item the entity specified by the select character resource, which is that one thing. Okay, so because I'm now looking for multiple things in here, because I'm saying, okay, asteroid, that's what? Okay. Asteroid, give me both of these. Give me something that has both an asteroid marker and a size. And that should give me the asteroid query. And then when I grab you, you are still seeing this as an entity coming out. Oh, because I'm not returning is okay just makes it true or false. I want the find map, right? So it can change it. Okay, so if I change it to find map, I get entity, you're going to have to return a sum, right? Yeah, change is okay into okay. That changes it into an option with the thing inside of it. So now I have let sum equals. Why are you upset? Don't be upset. You don't need to be upset. Mismatch types expected entity found reference. Expected, okay, so it needs ownership of the entity, but okay, so just one thing there. Mismatch types expected a tuple of asteroid size. There we go. Okay, so asteroid size. There we go. We got that. So size, we now have this, we now have the asteroid size. Wait, why are you upset? Mismatch types expected entity found asteroid. Okay. There. That. You happy with that? You're happy with that. Okay, so now we have the asteroid size. We can say asteroid size to scale. Okay, so that gives us that. Next is what? The thread range. So we need RNG. This is a system. I don't think I can call RNG myself in here. So instead, we're going to just create an RNG, which is not great, but yeah. Oh, it's lowercase. RNG. Mute RNG. And then finally, world size. We pass it a reference to world size. Okay. So if I do that twice, and then, okay, our to scale, I want to divide this by 2. So we divide you in half. All right, so now we cut you in half and then create 2 asteroids right there. What are you upset about? Cannot move out of a shared reference. Well, what if I don't want to move you out of a shared reference? Okay, collided entities. What is moving? Move occurs because asteroid has type asteroid, which does not implement the copy trait. Oh, okay. So I just can't do that. Also, I'm not even using you. Okay. No errors, no warnings. What's the chances it's going to work? Let's find out. So if we run you and I shoot you, do we get 2 asteroids that are half the size in the same spot? Kind of. Oh, wait. Those are very much not the same spot. Those are random spots. Oh, is the location to randomize each time? Also, there's never any end, so they just continue on forever. I have to, yeah, I'm, the asteroids never end. Like, they're just there forever. But, like, we kind of have a game. So I need our location to be set, too. So in spawn asteroid, I need the location. I don't have the location, so I need to also query for that too. Make an ability to make the ship smaller too now to match the size and go infinitely small. Yeah. Yeah, that'd be good. We have Ant-Man the game. It is realistic. Your ship hull will get pierced by a bullet-sized asteroid that you can't see. Yeah. And I guess like in reality there is no like matter can't be completely destroyed. So the only way to win the game would be to not actually play the asteroids game but just move around it infinitely, or just you want to only shoot just enough to stay alive for as long as possible. That'd be a fun twist on the game. It's like no. You thought they would go away after a while? Haha, you're screwed. It could be an infinite game, but you get more points the more asteroids on the screen. So you're encouraged to shoot the asteroids, but also it'll make you die faster. Okay, actually I already added location to that. Okay, so then here's our find map. So now we need asteroid location. Why are you an unknown? You shouldn't be an unknown, right? Why are you red? Oh, cannot find location. Import. What? Wait, don't I have a component called location? Oh, it's position. Okay, so we have our position. We get that. And then I want to, when I spawn the 2 new asteroids, we need to give it the same position. So it'll just be a reference to the... Well, they need to take it in, so I should just clone this, right? So we're going to do asteroid position clone. I hope I have clone on that. Yeah, expected 4 arguments, found 5. So we're going to go to here and we're going to say, hey, you know what? We also need a position. Position is going to be a position. We're going to take ownership of it because we might as well. We're not going to create the position like this. So it's not going to be random anymore, which means that you are going to be... I need to create the randomness up here, aren't I? Okay, so that creates that. Oh, I'm not using world size at all now? Because that's what... Oh, that's what the position was. So I don't even need world size. That's nice. Okay, then it means the other thing doesn't need the camera, which is also nice. Okay, okay. We're getting somewhere now. All right, so it takes 4 arguments. Okay, so then I don't need this camera, which means I don't need all of this, which means I don't need that. I don't need you. Okay, we're good to go. No more errors. We have some warnings. Let's just get rid of that, whatever that was. No warnings, no errors. If we run you now the new created asteroid should be in the same exact spot that I killed in. So there we go. What would be really nice is if I also doubled the velocity to make them a little bit faster and sort of like the same speed. So they like, it feels like they're bursting out. That'd be a lot of fun. So velocity. Now, what am I doing right now with spawn asteroid? I'm giving it velocity of velocity, and I'm just generating a random... Okay, yeah. So I'm just creating asteroid speed, and then I'm multiplying that by a random velocity, and then saying like, hey, here you go. Go with that. Is the asteroid speed shared? No, it is not. Okay, so question, should I use the velocity to figure out what the speed was and then double that, or should I I guess like the other thing would be, should I then have the speed as like a separate thing? I think I should have the speed as a separate thing, and then I can just do the same thing where I grab the velocity, we create a random velocity, and then we multiply this new speed by it. Or I inverse the scale of it. So every time that we create a new one, it's based upon the scale. As it gets smaller, the scale gets smaller, right? So I need like an inverse where it's like I map a number between like 100 and 0 or 101 or something like that. And if you are a really small scale, like 0.3, you are like closer to 100. Is there a function for something like that? I believe that like in P5JS and processing, there's a map function that you can use. Is there something like that in Rust? I don't think there is, right? Like there's maybe something else we can do with that. We can also go find the math that they use for that. What function am I talking about again? Are you familiar with processing or P5.js or any of those, like any of the processing based languages? There's a function in there called map, which is not like a array map. It's mapping like one number to another number. So, for example, if I have a range of numbers like that, if I have a number that this can be, like our speed right now is 15 at the double size of an asteroid. And then, what I would like to do is map the scale inversely. So I would like to say, okay, if your scale is like 2.0, you're closer to like, I don't know, 50, 100, 75, something like that. If your scale is, I don't know, maybe like 0.3, you're like 100, something like that. Like you get much faster as you get smaller. I would guess that there is a mathematical function for that. Because so far, there's always a mathematical function for things like this. But I don't know what they are, so I don't know what to look for. Or I don't know what the name is besides map from processing. Is 1 over x the function? I don't. Is that how to do? Is that how to do that? Would that actually inverse it though? Because like 1 over x would become really small, right? It'd be a. It would become a fraction of the number. So if it was. Oh, that's the definition of inverse? Okay, well, that shows what I know. So let's say my scale is. All right, so assume like let's scale equals 2.0, right? Okay, so scale is 2.0 and I want that to equal 15, right? So 2.0, I want u to be 15. If we have a scale and it's gotten smaller, right? So 1.0, I want u to equal, for asteroid speed, of, I want that to be doubled, right? So I want u to be 30. And if we go further down, so like 0.5, I want u to be maybe, I don't know if it should be 60, but like following the same pattern would be 60. So if I did 1 over x, x being, okay, 30 over x then. So if I take, and then x is the scale, right? So asteroid speed would be 30 divided by scale, right? 30 dot. Okay. So with no other changes, all right, same speed there. Is that faster? That feels like it's faster. Oh yeah, that's definitely getting faster. Whee! I think we got it. It's a feature that you can't turn fast enough to actually do anything about these. Oh yeah, yeah. This is going to be good. All right, I like it. I could actually do a little tiny bit of variation. I'm a fan of using RNG to do tiny variations because in the past I've way overused RNG and paid the price for it in games that just weren't fun because just too random. But if I do something like this, if I want to do like an asteroid speed, instead of 30 dot, let's do an RNG gen range, and we're going to have it would be, even if it's just like one entire one, right? If I just do 29.0 through 31. So if I do that, it can be a little bit above, a little bit below. Now the asteroids will all have slightly different speeds, potentially, when I shoot them. Which like shouldn't be too noticeable, but should make it so, like, once you have enough of them, they're not all flying at exactly the same speed. And now we have to play the dodging game. All right. I like that. Should we have a particle system to try to like deal with like little explosion bits that come out and disappear after a short while? That could be fun. All right. I also feel that I can probably make this. Oh, cap the smallest asteroid. I mean, fine. We can definitely do that. So I could. All right. So scale goes to here. And I'm scaling. Okay. So if we do. How do I want to do this? So if I get the asteroid size, I get the scale, I divide it by 2. I only actually need to do this once, right? So I have you there. And then I only want to run you if, okay, so if the scale is greater than, I wonder what we should cap this to. We start at, what do we initially start at for scale? Where did I put that? I put that somewhere. Oh, 2. We do that at 2. So like 2 divided in half is 1, divided in half is 0.5, divided in half is 0.25. Maybe when it gets smaller than 0.1. So that'd be like what, 4 or 5 attacks. So if scale is greater than 1 dot, then go ahead and create the asteroids. Otherwise, don't create the asteroid at all. Okay, so this should now allow me to not have infinite asteroids. Why okay, that killed all the asteroids. Also, I'm using this spawn asteroids in not the right spot in library. I'm doing it all the time. And I think I want to do it just at startup. So spawn asteroids, we're going to put you here. Once I, what are you upset about? Oh, because the camera doesn't exist. Wait, wasn't there a way for me to ensure that like these exist first and then I can do the next one? There was something I can do about that. Runs before runs after all systems and set if I think it's after. Okay. So if I do after, will you be happy? Yes. Except wait, there's no asteroids. Huh. I thought that would spawn the asteroids. Like just have it there. Is it not after? I do remember seeing this in the documentation somewhere, and I forget what I should do. Oh, was it chain? It might have been chain, right? I then chain and then do something. Do I have to add systems again? Okay, let's go find out how to do it properly. Chain systems into dependencies. Wasn't there there was something in the actual Bevy docs about this. I vaguely remember. Okay, we had set up. There's no search in here, so I have to just manually look through it all. That was setting up that. Oh, an ad starting any second. Okay, I am going to take a break on this one too. So I will be right back. I'll go see if Zilby's around, and if he is, we'll grab him. So I will see you shortly. All right. I succeeded. We found a Zilby. I don't know how long he's gonna want to hang out with us though. Oh no, that way. Okay, Zilby, you want to hang out everywhere where I can put a camera on you? Maybe. That book over there. All right, he's exploring. So maybe he'll hang out with us. Maybe he won't. Okay, so there was a chain eventually in here. Oh, wait. There was this too. Oh wait. No, never mind. That's not the same thing. If you use after, then you still need to include the system. Oh, like the just system? Like can I do startup or something like that? Like after then startup? Oh, chain. Okay. So we have hello world and then update and greet people after the hello world. Oh, and the chain goes on that thing there, like that. Okay. Okay, I think I understand. So we do it's just the single. Okay, they did the single hello world, and then these two get chained in together. Oh, with another tuple. So okay, so if I do another tuple of you, and then I chain you, I think that would work. So that way, the player and the camera are now created, and then this happens. Maybe think of what you pass to before after as the ID. It doesn't actually add the system. Yeah, okay. We were trying after. I didn't know if I did that correct. Where's the real docs? Now in after, I mean that kind of was what I was going to do. Run after all systems in set. If set has any systems that produce commands or other deferred operations, all systems in self will see their effect. If automatically inserting apply deferred, like this isn't desired, use after ignore deferred instead. The given set is not implicitly added to the schedule and this system is added. It is safe, but no dependencies will be created. Okay. I mean, so that would be just after with the thing. Oh, you're right. That is there. Okay, so asset loaded, run asset loaded after cycle cube map set is added. That's what it's trying to tell me. Okay, I had it backwards in my mind. Okay, so I want to load you, and so you're going to be after the camera and the ship, right? So it has to be two of things. We're going to have after these two. Does that matter at all? I might not care. I might not need the player part of that. Yeah, okay, so I can only do one, right? So can I do both? As like after? Okay, so let's do it after the camera is set. Okay, so after the camera is set, spawn the asteroids. I think that should work. Does not work. Panicked. Okay, it called unwrap. Huh, so, okay, one of my systems panicked. A win it issue? Just try running again? Okay, sure. I don't think so. So in spawn asteroids, do I have any unwraps in here? I don't have any unwraps in any of my code. Interesting. Now I am trying to get the camera out. And I wonder if that's the problem. I'm trying to get the camera out. Oh, the panic is inside win it. It's the error message. Okay. So by trying to run it at that time, it doesn't work. Oh, interesting. Okay. So if I'm attempting to run it at this time, so during startup, it's not happy. I wonder if I should push this back down and do my own little startup where I just say like, hey, if the ticks are X, just go ahead and spawn them. Otherwise, don't spawn it at all. So I'm not super thrilled about. I'm also, yeah, the curious part is why is this an issue here? Okay, so if I go back to if I go back to you here and just like throw you in there, let's say. Okay, so spawn asteroids at your position there. You run again? Yeah, we're happy again. Okay, so I have to do there. Oh, use post. Wait, there's a post startup? Is there a list of the where would I go to find that list? Is it in their webpage? Like, I guess they don't have much here. Okay, so Bevy latest, Bevy app struct main. So I just want to go to main. Oh, okay. So we have pre-startup, startup, and then post-startup. Oh, okay. Nope, not that. I'm gonna do app, add systems. Okay, so post-startup, and then we throw you in. Okay. Are you happy with that? No. Hmm. Okay, so I can't draw things to the screen, but add player is spawning things. I guess I'm not directly drawing things to the screen here. I wonder what I'm doing that causes this bug to happen. What is inside spawn asteroids again? Let's go take a look. Here is spawn asteroids in its entirety. So I'm getting in commands, asteroids, and the camera. Ooh, I wonder if it's because the asteroids don't exist yet. Do I have to... So I'm querying for asteroids. But wait a second. No, that shouldn't matter. I should build a query for them. You should probably use const for world size instead of using the window size. I guess so. It just means that I can't dynamically change the camera anymore and have it like be the new size, which is nice and it's fun. But you're probably right. I should probably do something like whatever it is right now. What is the default? It's like 1920 by 1080 is something like that. We can just do that. Where am I? What am I doing? Okay, so some of these uses. I don't want that. I want a const. Oh, you can update. You can use a resource for your world parameters and update those and resize. It's not my fault. It should work. Okay. So, I mean, this is unfortunately one of the side effects of running with beta software, right? Like beta anything, is that we can run into these type of bugs. This is something that we would expect to not be here once 1.0 came around. Yeah, okay. So I can add a resource from my world parameter and then update those on resize. Uh, resource. We need to figure out, did the Bevy startup actually talk us through resources? I feel like it did not. Like we have system, components, query, mutable query, plugins, resources. There we go. Okay. We did do resource. Oh, because it's time res time. Wait. Did we add this? Okay, we'll do this by using time resource, which is automatically added. We did not add our own time. Oh no, here it is. Insert resource. That's what it was. Greet timer. So I want to add my own resource of world size. Okay. I don't have a resources, so let's create a new file. Okay, so this is gonna be struct world size. And we can just have like maybe a pub F32 pub F32. Something like that. Now, do you have to have Okay, yeah, we have to derive resource on it. Let's also just derive debug and anything else we should derive? You think this is the best way to configure it, but ultimately you'll probably want state transition so you can start on a menu. Then you don't need to worry about startup. I mean, yeah. I wasn't even sure if I wanted a menu system or not for this specific thing. Like maybe the next time we go around we do that. But yeah, probably I'm so used to not even having menus that I don't even think about them. I just like, oh, we jump into the game, we play around with it, and then we die, and then the game ends and just drops us back to the command line. That's fine, right? That's what we do. Okay, so if we do that, we'll probably have an update later. I'll probably need like a get X and Y, but okay, so let's come back to you. So we have you. We don't do post startup because that crashes as well. Let's just update. Did I undo you? I think I did. So we have a mod resources. I want to add resource. Wasn't there an add resource? No? What do you do here? Oh, it's insert resource. There we go. Okay, insert resource. And then the resource is going to be world size. There we go, world size. And we want, let's say I just make it up right now, right? So like 1920 by 1080. Okay, so if I do that now in spawn asteroids, instead of the camera query, I want the world size, right? Which is going to be a shared borrow of a resource, world size. Okay, so I don't need you anymore. World size equals. Okay, I'm just gonna do this right now. It's gonna look a bit weird. Now I want to turn this into a vec2, let's say. So in resources, let's do an impl. Oh, you know what? I don't want to import world size. I want to import from vec2 for world size. I mean, guess I can do it correct like that. Okay. Why are you so upset? You're not really upset. You're happy. Okay, so from value vec2, so our vec2, so I want a vec2. We're going to have x, and that's going to be our self.0. Y is going to be self.1. Okay. Oh, I did it completely backwards. It's not what I want to do. I want to do a self of value. Really, I can probably do something like vec2 x and y, right? Like that. So we're going to have x and y. Okay. And now can I do something like into it doesn't know what to turn you into. Oh, that's the wrong one anyways. World size. Okay, so gen range. Oh, I'd have to do into on every single one. You can't figure that out, but I can tell you I want you to be a vec2. Oh, because it's a no? Wait. Okay, so the from world size. Oh, because it's it's the Bevy. Oh, I'm doing I need to deref the into on the actual world size. From reference to world size. You want to do some from a reference to this, which doesn't really affect you, except I just say reference like that. Oh wait, you didn't be in reference now. Arguments to the, because you need to be dereferenced. Okay. Wait, I got the from the wrong way around. Is it? Do I still have it wrong way around, or did I fix it? I don't know if you sent that message which time I fixed it. Also, I may have fixed it wrong. Oh, from world size. Do I want to do then from world size? Okay, so I want to do from reference to world size. Yeah, this is going to yell at me, right? It's going to say like, hey, I can't do that for vec2. Maybe? Hold on. This not a problem here? Okay. So from value world size. So then I want to do a vec2. X is going to be value dot 0. Y is going to be value dot 1. Oh, okay, cool. It does. Is it allowed now for me to just do that to whatever I want? If you own the first argument to the trait, it is fine. Oh, really? I did not know that. That's good to know. You can't do it to anything, but there are a set of rules. Okay, so I can't do it to everything, but I can do it to very specific things depending upon if I own the first argument to the trait. And the first argument to the trait here is this part. Okay, so from world size for this, because I can do it that. Okay, so then you're happy. Now I can deref this and turn it into turn into the Vec2, which is happy. Okay, great, great, great. And then the other play. Well, actually, this is the only place we were using camera, right? Let's see, world size. Where else did we use this? All in here. So asteroid systems and then shared systems. Okay, I'm also grabbing it from Hue, so I want. I bet I'm using. Okay, so camera for that. So we want world size. And then you're going to be a res. World size. Grab you. Okay, I don't need you anymore. World size equals. Okay, so you're going to be Vec2. Size. We have the deref into you. I don't need you at all. I wonder if I need that half size. I wonder if I just broke that. That would be interesting. Okay. Okay, I think we're good. Now let's see if wrapping still works and if generally things work the way we expect them to. No, they don't. Why? You set the size bigger than a Oh, I set the size bigger than a window and never updated it? Wait, I thought that was the same size as the window. Uh I guess okay, so we need a system to update. Okay, so that was be the camera systems, right? Update world size. So I want. I guess I need the camera, right? So we want a mute met camera. Mute camera. Let's just do camera query. Okay, and then I also need a mute world size. Is going to be a res mute world size. Okay, so give me that. I did set it. What? I guess like what is my camera set to? I actually don't know what my camera is set to. Do I? Because I think I just spawn a default camera, whatever that is, which I always thought was like 1920 by 1080, but could be something else. But okay, let's do this. So I get you, so I'm going to do this. Our camera equals our camera query. We just get a single. World size. Okay, so then I need. Oh, I need to do that thing that I was deleting everywhere else to like get the actual size of the camera, right? So camera size, camera, Was it viewport? Was it viewport dot? Oh, right. It was like logical size. Was that what it was? There was some kind of size. So there's physical size. I can't remember if it's physical size or something else. No, okay, because that gives me a UVec2 and I don't want a UVec2. Okay, so I don't think it was viewport. Oh, logical viewport rect. Right? Wrapper default into then there was the half size, which gives me a rectangle. I don't remember what I want on this. I think that I want it to be the normal size, don't I? It's like width and height, size. We get that. Okay, so you get the camera size, and now I want to do world size dot wait, what do I have access to here? So you're res mute. Oh, these are snippets. How do I get? Okay, let's go take a look at the documentation for res mute. Wait, am I doing anything with this timer? So timer 0 tick. Wait, so can I just get access to this? World size 0 equals camera size of x. World size dot 1 equals camera size dot y. Okay. Okay. Update world size. Let's head back to you. So add systems update. I don't know why that one's separate. We're gonna do systems, camera systems, update world size. Okay. So that should now update the world size. So I just set it to be whatever. I yellowed it, and then I update it constantly. Now my ship looks exactly the same. I can still turn around. I can still move around. My asteroids, though, are I don't know where they are. Are they actually being created within that world size? Oh, resize the window? Sure. Hold on. Wait, where's my... There you are. Ooh, okay. So yeah, still working the way it was before. I wonder if I needed to resize it so that the asteroid was somewhere else. Oh. Oh. Yeah, I did indeed break. Okay, so what it was, asteroid systems, shared systems, shared systems, and wraparound entities. I am assuming that the world size is halved, and so I want to. Can I divide by 2 here? Fine, I will let you do your thing first. Will you let me do that? Yes. Okay. So then that should work for our wraparound. Okay. I think that works. So now you'll wrap around to the left soon. Excellent. Okay. And then I'll still die. I can still shoot you. You're not creating multiple of them though. But I can collide into you. Okay, so that's good. All right. So then the creation of it is failing. Because okay, so if the scale is above 1.0, do this, which means it's not above 1.0. It's below that. So I probably want like something like 0.1 instead. If Bevy put an impl t from t for vec2, wouldn't it conflict with our impl? Do I have a link to those rules? Oh, you're asking Isitsu. Yeah, that's a good question. Okay, so now I can create them nice and small. I should probably make it so. Okay, and then they disappear forever. So they're gone. They're gone forever. That's great. It's much more hazardous when I can't spin. I can't turn very fast anymore. Now I have to really pay attention to like what's coming ahead of time, so I can have time to turn to get it. But now we have an asteroids game that's kind of playable. That was really close. I have no idea how close that actually came to hitting me. I feel like oh nope, there is nothing I can do about that one except not have turned around. But okay, that's good. All right, so what would be next? Okay, so you would need to have a trait bound or it will error. But yes, however, that would be a breaking change. Okay. Okay. So it would if Bevy put an impl t from t for vec2, that would cause an error in my code because I can't do the same thing, right? Because they have, and we can verify this, right? So let's find vec2, and let's find a into that they do already. Something easy for us. What's one that would be like ours? I could just implement a downcast from it. Actually, they already have a from T for T. Yeah, looks like they have an impl T from T for T on Vec2. A blanket implementation without a trait bound would try to have a from Vec2. Oh, that's from standard. Oh, because they're okay. It would be if they wrote it themselves. That would be when it breaks. Because the standard stuff is like it's smart enough to figure out, oh hey, I wrote my own. Okay, interesting. Oh, and the ads are over a long time now. Sorry about that. Okay, good to know. All right, so let's take a look at what we got here. So we have shooting an asteroid turns it into 2 small asteroids. We've got that. Maybe something that would be nice is when something dies, it explodes. That'd be nice. When asteroids spawn, they don't immediately kill the ship. That would be nice. That would be nice. So in order to do that, we would need to have the ship location when we spawn the asteroids. So we need to query for the ship location and the ship size. So we have ship query. We're going to have a position and a size. And I guess also we'll just put a ship marker in there to make sure that it's, with ship. With ship. Okay, so I don't actually need that thing anymore. I don't even need to query for asteroids, do I? Let's get the ship. So let's ship position size equals ship query. We'll get a single. Okay, so that gives us a ship position and a ship size. And then I need to know if it's colliding with it. Okay, so I guess there's a couple different ways we can do it. We can go about this. I can attempt to create the asteroids. And if like the position is already like overlapping where the ship is, let's go ahead and not create the asteroids. But if it is, okay, so position, where did I create that? Oh, left position. Okay, so this is where I create a random position for this. And I need it to be excluding where the like a certain range of where the player is. Sal, hello. How are you doing today? You're watching a lot of videos that I've created? Nice. Excellent. Hopefully they're really helpful. Okay, so what do I want to do here? I just have a for I and O where I do an asteroid count. I could have another function that chooses a position of a new asteroid. And I hand it the ship, and it sort of like then determines a new location. Otherwise, I could do an infinite loop that counts up, and I can make my own loop. Either way gets us to where we want to go. And either way, I think would be well, I'm sort of assuming that I have to do an infinite loop where I'm just saying like, hey, choose a random number, is it overlapping with the thing? If so, go ahead and try again. Which is not efficient because I can theoretically get into an infinite loop here where it's just constantly trying to hit exactly where the ship is, and therefore will never spawn any asteroids. Like, that's an actual possibility. Fairly unlikely though, especially unless I do like a huge number of asteroids, which I'm not going to do. So I kind of like the idea of maybe just like switching this to be a new loop, right? So if I just do a loop and we just say, let mute created asteroids, and we start you at 0, and we have our asteroids, like how many asteroids we want. So we change this to be like desired asteroids. Now I want to create a position. So we create a position like this, and we want to test to see if this position is colliding with the ship, right? Now, do I have a like utilities? Oh, sort of. I just need to see if it's too close to the ship, right? So if I do a distance to ship, I think I can do this, right? I think I can just do position dot distance. Oh, it's to a vec3. Okay, we can do that. To the ship position. The ship position, we're going to deref u. Then we're going to, I don't need a deref. I can just extend, right? Extend 0. That gives me that. That gives me a distance to ship. If the distance to ship is less than, let's say, double the asteroid size, where do I put the size? Oh, I put the scale here too, because I don't actually know what the asteroid size is. Oh, but I can create that, and then I can figure out what the size is. Okay, hold on. So let's let our scale is equal to, can I not create scale like that? Isn't that my scale? Oh, no, it's size. Okay, hold on. So I want a size from scale to, there we go. So I get size. If distance to ship is less than, okay, that gives me a from scale. So I want a size, so a deref size multiplied by 2. Okay, so if you're less than that, I want to continue. Otherwise, we're going to go ahead and spawn the asteroid. We're also going to created asteroids plus equals to 1. And then also, if created asteroids is greater than or equal to desired asteroids, I want to break. We're done. Let's see. Mismatch types. Expected Vec 3, found a Vec 4. Oh, because you're already a ship position. I just need to deref you. Okay, never mind. Forgetting what types are in which things. Okay. Double deref. There we go. Okay. So theoretically, these asteroids shouldn't spawn on top of me anymore. Maybe, possibly, perhaps. So yes, the asteroids are not spawning on top of me anymore. I am also creating an infinite number of asteroids. More art, yeah. All mistakes are actually art because, as Bob Ross has told us, there are no mistakes. It's just, it's all part of the plan. Okay, if the created asteroids is greater than or equal to the desired asteroids, I want to break. Oh, I removed the other thing and this is now working again. Oh, but we're not using the camera anymore. We're not using the camera. So I might be able to get away with having the... Oh, what is it called? I might be able to get away with having the doing the post update again. So let's try that. So add systems, post update, and then the systems in this case would be spawn you. Wait, post update? No, not post update. Post setup. Post startup. Okay. Errors. No errors. Excellent. Okay. So we have a single asteroid again. And we can destroy it, and that creates multiple there. That's great. All right, that's pretty awesome. So we have a game. I always felt like normally when I play Asteroids, I don't have to move very much, but in this one, when I'm turning so slow, I kind of have to. But I still die quickly. All right, so that's good. Let's go ahead and commit all this stuff. All right, so what do we got? We have asteroids no longer have the chance of winning on turn 1. That's, that's super explanatory, right? That'll tell people what exactly I did. Okay, so that's great. Awesome. Now what? Um, when asteroids spawn, they don't immediately kill the ship. Well, we kind of did that, so that's good. When something dies, it explodes. All right, so how would explosions work? If I can do some kind of particle system and I can create a bunch of particles and I can spread them around. I don't actually think I need a bunch of particles. The original game has lines, like, so it's basically lines and those go flying around and then eventually they disappear. I could just do dots, like circles. I could do lines. I could do all sorts of different stuff and then have those fly around. I think dots are going to be fine for this. I don't really need it to be like, parts of the ship explode. All right. Ad break is about to start. I want to, let's see, did I drink all my drink? I have a little bit left in my drink. I think I'm going to take the ad break to go grab the next drink. And then we'll be back to continue with this. So ads are starting soon. I'll put those up and I will be back really quickly. All right, welcome back. So next up, when something dies, it explodes. Now, what can explode? If it's a asteroid, when we shoot it with a bullet, it explodes, right? So if if one of the two things is a bullet, the other thing explodes. And if it's a ship, it explodes, right? And that's it. I think that's all we care about. So we could go to do I want this like an asteroid system, or do I want to do this as maybe another system where it's like the explosion type thing? I don't know. I feel like we can do this in asteroid system. So in spawn asteroids, oh, you know what we could do? Because we already know. Here, we already know. We handled the collisions. Okay, so This asteroid dies because it hit a bullet. I think it might be better to do an event that something exploded here. And then all we have to do is all we have to put in is the location, the position of the thing that exploded. So we have events, right? So we have collision. So what if we do another one? So pub struct. This would be explosion. So explosion event. And then all I care about is a position, which would be a vec3, right? So should this be just a vec3? Vec3. I could also, instead of that, I could also put this as just a position, which is one of my positions. Yeah. That could also work. I kind of like that a little bit more because then I'm keeping it sort of like what I have. And this implements copy anyways, I believe, so I can just copy the position. Okay, so how do I do in shared systems, detect collisions? I just do, okay, I just have an event writer collision. Okay, so I do asteroid systems. I need a mute. This is a explosion event. I have an event writer, explosion event. Now we know where it happened, right? So we have our asteroid position here. So we despawn you, and we want to do a explosion event send, and it's going to be the asteroid position. And that's it, right? Expected explosion event found. Oh, you're right. Explosion event. Throw you in there. Okay, nice. So now when I destroy asteroids with a bullet, that sends out there. And then you are ship collision. Okay, and then I despawn the ship here, so I also then do, okay, ship entity. I have the ship position. Perfect. So I do mute explosion event like that. Explosion event. We send explosion event. Ship position. And we clone you. And you're happy. Why do I have mute twice? Okay, so those are the only times that explosions would happen, right? So now I need an explosion system to create whatever particles or whatever else we want to do and send them off in random directions. Or maybe in a circle or something else. I'm not exactly sure how do we want to like display this? There's a few different choices, right? Because I could have just a bunch of dots, which looks like bullets, but maybe different colors, and have them go out randomly. I could have them go out. I can have actually just a circle or like a donut go out. I can have a triangle or a star. I guess there's a lot of sort of choices. A ring, yeah. A ring is just a circle with only the border. And I can have that ring just expand as its size, as it just constantly gets bigger. Do I want an explosion system? Vivax, hello, hey, hey. How are you doing today? And have the border width get smaller as it goes further away. Oh, until eventually it fades away. Oh, you're just making a game? Nice. What kind of wait. Did you shared the game? Oh, now I'm getting confused with who shared which games with me. Have you shared your game with us? I can't remember. Okay, you have shared games with us, but not this specific game that you're working on. Nice. Okay. Well, hopefully your game is going pretty well. And when you got it done, we'd love to play around with it. All right. So I think that what we should do is add like an explosion systems. Okay, so if we have an explosion systems, well first let's use Bevy prelude. We'll do a pub function, and then what's the system gonna be? Generate, like create explosion? Yeah, so we're gonna have a create explosion, or sort of like handle explosion event. I guess so. If we think about the things we're gonna do, is we have handle explosion event. We're gonna have update explosion, and then probably a pub function remove explosion, right? So like we're going to handle the explosion event to create the explosion wherever it is. We're going to update them to make it get bigger and expand on the screen, and then remove it. We want to remove it from the world once it's been enough time or gotten big enough or something like that. Now, for handle explosion event, actually, you know what? Can I put empty systems into the world? Will that work? Will it yell at me because I don't do anything with them? So if I do systems explosion yeah, that's fine. Okay, cool. Okay, you've posted a video on Discord, got the core mechanics done. Now for juice and art. Still needs a bit of balancing though. It feels a bit too easy at the moment. I balancing a game to make it hard or easy is hard. That's a skill all unto its own. Is there a way for me to get rid of the sidebar? I guess it doesn't matter. How do I get rid of people on the right? Okay. But yeah, we have. Wait a second. Stream mode enabled. Why are some usernames like hidden and some are not? I don't understand that in streamer mode. Oh, it's a pinball game. Nice. Oh, that's pretty cool. I like the movement. The movement looks pretty good. I'll look forward to trying that out. Oh, if they have a per server nickname, it doesn't hide those. Okay, that makes more sense. Yeah, Quintessa is the same name that we see here on stream. The trail looks really nice too. Everything there like the movement feels really smooth too, which I've always loved smooth movement. So I do like that. Next time we might play with Rapier, unless I go to Godot. I am thinking about trying Godot out next for the next game thing that we do. Oh, I love that. I just looked over and I see you died. Try not to do that. Oh, I love the passive aggressive narrators of games. Okay, so handle explosion event. We need the reader, right? So we need the explosion event. It's going to be an event reader. Explosion event. Well, thanks for being active here. Have a great dinner. Okay, so we do that. Event reader, explosion event. Okay, so we get the explosion event, and then also do is it? Oh, we need commands. So mute commands is going to be is it mutable reference to commands or is it just commands? I don't remember anymore. I think it's just commands, right? I just now have commands. I need okay, so what is gonna be handle explosion event? I need to create a circle. And then we are using the Bevy. We are using this shape thing, right? So I want to do okay, shapes polygon. I want to do shapes something else. So use shapes. Was it shape? Oh, it was Bevy prototype lion shapes. Okay, and that gives me okay, so I can just do shapes. All right, so we have circle, ellipse, line, polygon, rectangle. I guess we'll do a circle. Is it new or I created return a default circle. I don't see like a new from it. Bevy prototype lion. Let's go remember how to use this. Oh, I just created. Okay, so there's no constructor for it. So I just wanted to like shape circle. So I do like let circle equals that. Okay, so for radius, let's say we start at 0, and then the center is going to be a vec2, right? So I want. Oh, I have to read. Iterate over the events with this event reader. This event reader has not seen yet. Okay, so I want to do this one at a time, right? Or I want to do this all there. So we have to do for event. So for explosion event. Okay, so read. That gives me an explosion event. So a singular explosion event. So can I get the position out of this? So explosion. Is it 0 like that? It is. Okay, so then I can get the position out of you. I probably need to clone you. Okay, so that gives me. So I get that. I'll now create a circle where a center is a position dot. Now I need to get just the vec2, but I think I can just do this, right? That gives me a vec2. You need to be mutable, don't you? Okay. Maybe to make sure that I'm doing this correctly, let's maybe make this like a 20 size, so it's really big. Maybe not 20 size. Let's make this like a 10 size, so it's not too big. And that gets okay, put in there. Asitsu, you were suddenly hit with major deja vu, and now you're questioning your sanity. What happened? Okay, so I spawn the shape bundle, path geometry builder, build as. Okay, use this geometry builder to build as with the shape. Okay, so this is our shape. We can do commands spawn. We have a bundle. And our bundle is going to have, okay, so we're going to do a shape bundle, which takes okay, takes you. We have our path is going to be a geometry builder. Probably this one. Build as, okay, so build as. And then we hand it a reference to the shape. And then default for everything else. Okay, so that gives us one thing. I need the position, don't I? I need the position. What actually do I care about the position here? How would I update the radius for this later? That's gonna be interesting. Fill. Okay, fill and stroke. So I want to do stroke. Stroke new color. So we have color. Wait, just those? I thought I could do like an antique white. I could do. Okay, color antique white. Line width. Let's do I don't know, 10. Just making stuff up. No fill. I should probably do. Oh, that's the radius. Let's do 5. Okay. Oh, stacking. Hello. How are you doing today? If you don't question your sanity on an hourly basis, are we really truly a dev? Especially if you don't question your sanity and come to the conclusion that you should move to the middle of nowhere and live on a farm. I mean, it's never happened to anybody, right? I used to have a teacher that it was llama farming. There was like, one of these days I'm going to quit and become a llama farmer. I just had an overwhelming feeling that the thing I was working on I had done before, so deja vu. Haven't ever felt it that strongly before, though. Oh, after dealing with WordPress, I've been contemplating it with the moving to the farm. I mean, I guess like if you're running on WordPress, WordPress does it's a CMS, so you do a lot of stuff that's like very similar. So like you probably worked on a project that was like almost exactly like this one before. That would trick that, right? Trigger it. You don't know why a farmer was always the running joke in the dev world? It's usually something about food, right? Like making food. But yeah, it is interesting how it is always like we're gonna go farm something. Sounds like a lot of hard work to me. Maybe just move to the middle of a forest. I mean, yeah, that's probably a better idea than like becoming a farmer is a lot of hard work. I think it's way more hard work than most people realize. Especially when we're coming from like just sitting at a computer all day. Like we're not in any shape to be a farmer. Okay, so what have I done? I've created you, I spawned you, you're not yelling at me anymore. We're good to go. This should actually create the explosion, but it just sort of sits there forever. And we just explode once per event. Okay, so let's see if we can actually cause that to appear by actually running the game. Oh, what did I do? System parameters. Oh, handle collisions does not exist. Handle collisions does not exist. I have handle explosion event. Um, what are you upset about? Asteroid systems handle collisions does not exist. What did I do? Handle collisions. You're right there. Why are you unsaved? What have I done? Okay, unused import. I'm not using the main camera here anymore. We're not using I don't actually care about the ship size, do I? Okay. Variable does not need to be mutable. Okay. Got rid of all warnings. Huh. That happens when you try and block out dealing with terrible systems. I didn't register. Wait, but the event was working before, right? Okay, hold on. Now I'm confused. So if we come back to here, let's remove. Okay, these are the systems that we just added in. If we save and we rerun this, you're unhappy, encountered panic and handle collisions. It's the win it thing again. Okay, now this is a different error altogether. Yeah, so in handle collisions. Oh, the error message is above? Okay, so panicked at Bevy system param, resource requested by Bevy, asteroid systems, handle collisions. Oh, a resource is requested by it, event explode. Oh, an explosion event. I forgot. You're right. I did not add event. I'll have to do this for everyone. So I have to do app add event explosion event. Okay, that's what the problem is. Which means you're actually okay. All right, there we go. So here's our asteroid. Let's explode the asteroid. Hey, there's our explosion. Excellent. Okay. So that's showing we can now explode a bunch of things. And I think when the ship dies, come on, let me die. That did not create an explosion. I thought it was sending the explosion event on ship death too. In handle collisions for asteroids. Oh, handle ship collisions. Am I using that? Yeah, handle ship collisions is right here. Yeah, okay. So handle ship collisions. Figure that out. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so ship despawn. Okay, I guess not. So we need to add in explosion event. This is going to be event writer. Explosion event. Now I have my position, right? No, I do not. I have the ship. So probably what I want is the position with ship. Like that. Ship. Okay, so this will become... Oh, I need position and then entity, right? So that way this will become a ship position, ship, find. Okay, so ship. This needs to be find map. We're gonna move one of those. Get and then change that to okay. What are you upset about? The trait bound. Oh, you're like that. Okay. Okay, so now I have the ship position and ship. I no longer need to deref you. Okay, so I entity despawn recursive. Okay, that's fine. I have my position there like that. So I want to explosion event. We're gonna send. We need a explosion event, and we're gonna put in the ship position. We're gonna deref and clone. Okay. What are you upset about? Expected position found a vec3. Oh, I don't need a deref. I just clone. I keep on. I did that last time too. So there we go. We're happy with that, which means that now I can run this. And now when I kill the ship and an asteroid, both of them have explosions. So I can kill an asteroid. There's an explosion. And we get an explosion there too. Perfect. Okay, so we are creating the explosions correctly. Excellent. Now I want that to expand out, right? From that position. So in update explosion, I need to query for this. The position is going to stay exactly the same. The shape is the transform. Okay, so I need a transform. Okay, so we need a marker component. Yeah, there you go. Explore, import you as a marker component for explosion. All right, so now when I grab you, I want to get a mute explosion query. Actually, I don't mute you here, right? I mute you on this side. So I'm going to do a mutable reference to a query. And I want you, wait, is the mutable reference? Now I'm confused again. Was the mutable reference to the query? I think it was, right? And then you are going to be just the transform. Okay, so I want the transform. And I want it to be with explosion. So let our transform is going to be equal to our explosion. Explosion query, we'll just get a single mute. Huh. Why does that not, why does that give me a reference? That feels weird that it's a reference to it and it's a single mute. That should give me mutable reference to it, right? Okay, and then if I want to do a transform, we get the scale. Now, can I multiply equal to you by like 0.001 or something like that to make you grow bigger over time? That will make it grow smaller. Multiply it by 1.001. That will make it grow bigger. Okay, so if I do that, back to here, let's run you, see if we get bigger explosions over time. You are not happy. What did I do wrong? That is an error message. The method chain exists for tuple function update world size, but its trait bounds were not satisfied. Line 56. Oh, we had chain here before because, okay, we're chaining this afterwards, but so systems explosion. As soon as I did this, you're really unhappy, aren't you? It's like if I save that, run you again. No, okay. What did I do? The method chain exists for tuple, but its trait bounds were not satisfied. Okay, so it put the full type name. Now it was update explosion was the last one I did. If I comment you out, it is that one. Okay, so I did. In systems explosion, okay, so in explosion inquiry, do you end up being mute here? Is that where it is? No. It's not like this, right? Oh, it is like that. Okay. That's a fun error. All right, so I get our explosion query, transform scale, cannot borrow. Okay, so yeah, you need to be mutable here. Cannot borrow, transform scale is mutable as it's behind a reference. So why are you Returns a single query item when there's exactly one entity. Yeah, that's great, but let mute transform. Why can't I then do this to it? Does not need to be mutable. Huh. What am I doing wrong with this? Let's try this again. So we have our transform. And then what I'm also really curious about is why are you a reference with single mute? Shouldn't you be like the full thing? So if I do transform scale, okay, let's say I scale it to be like, I don't know, 50.0. Okay, vec3. I didn't query it as mutable. Oh, is there a query mute? Oh, right, it's query. Yeah, okay. That's what did it. That's what did it. There we go. Okay. Now you're happy here. Aren't you? We're okay here. We're good. Apparently I forgot how to do queries. So that was fun. Let's run this again. And let's see if those explosions increase. Oh, no. No entities because there aren't any. Oh, I can't query. Yeah, why would I think that I could query single? Who put. What kind of person thinks that the thing that I would have multiple of, I could do that on its own? Of course I can't. I have to do for explosion. It's really a transform, right? So for transform and it's going to have to be mute, right? Or maybe not. In a mutable reference to query. Oh, explosion query. Explosion query. Okay, and then I want you'll reference that. I want to do the transform scale times equals 1.01. You get mutable powers. Do I need that? I do. Okay. Let's try this again. It can be confusing. You have res and res mute, assets and assets mute, but query uses references. Yeah, that's also true. I was like part of that was looking for a query mute that time. Huh. My explosion is wandering away. I thought whoa, it is getting bigger. Hold on, I think it's getting bigger and it's moving. Why is it moving as it's getting bigger? The ships isn't moving. The ship stays exactly there. Okay. It's a bit of a slow explosion, but it works. So when I spawn you, I want my center to be at 0 zot to actually make it uh, sit there normally. Okay. Then what I need to do is I need to actually have, okay, so we have our position there like that. We just add in a position for where the explosion is going to be. When I update you, I need the transform and the position, which I'm not going to update, but I do need to have access to you. Okay, so why are you upset? Cannot find position. Import position, please. Okay, so now you know what that is. I scale you and make you bigger. Let's make you, I don't know, maybe double might be too much. But let's try it. We'll double it every frame. That's gonna get really big really fast. And then I also need to make sure that the transform translation is equal to a dereferenced. So it's going to be double dereferenced position. Okay. Mismatch type expected, vec2 found floating point number. Oh, it's a vec2. Was it? There was a vec2 0, right? Yeah. Okay. Now are they going to stay where I expect them to stay? I want to say yes. Also, that explosion was, as I predicted, a little bit fast. Just a little bit. It went off the screen like instantly. So I want above 1.001 and below 2 by a significant amount. So I probably want like 1.1. Something like that might be good. Okay. It's not too bad. Let's wait. Let's have something get a little bit closer to us and then shoot it. I don't think it's moving away. I think it's now doing what it's supposed to do at that point, which is great. Okay. So, what else do we want to do to it to make it look good? I want do I want it to get thinner? The line, the fill? Can I change that? Ooh, wait. I don't know if I can change that, right? Because I built it. Oh, I built it previously, and so I don't know how to update it to remove to like change the stroke. I don't know if I can. So here I am. Okay, so